Teacher Talking Sports, what it does, what it do, how we live in. Heading into the 2025 college football season, there were a handful of quarterbacks who were considered top in the nation, potential QB1s in the 2026 NFL draft, and through the first month, many of them have not played up to expectations. Well, as we could see here, Bill Connelly of ESPN came out with an article, it was actually yesterday, so Wednesday, ranking every Power 4 quarterback 1 month into the season. Now, there are 68 Power 4 quarterbacks, meaning to be in the top half, you would have to be in the top 34. Well, there are some well-known guys who are expected to be amongst the best, expected to be amongst the top Heisman candidates who did not reach that top half. So, we're not going to go through the whole list, but how many people would have expected Jayden Maiava to be the top quarterback in the nation, at least according to Bill Connelly? Yes, USC did lose to Illinois, but you see a 93.4 QBR, pretty incredible. And you see second on the list, Diego Pavia of Vanderbilt. Remarkable season for him. Vanderbilt still undefeated. And look at who's third. The guy who's going to Wally Pipp, Austin Simmons, that will be Trinidad Chambliss. What a remarkable year for him. Just beat LSU and, wasn't expected to be the top quarterback. But let's look at some of the names again who are outside the top 34. So not even in the top half. So, it's on ESPN. You could definitely check out the whole list. Again, I'm not going to go through it all. Shout out to Ethan Kaliakmanis of my alma mater, Rutgers. The defense is just letting him and the team down. But 37th, Garrett Nussmeier, LSU. Got off to a good start, beating Clemson, who, people expected more of Clemson heading into the year. Of course, that hasn't gone well. But you see here, 115th in air yards per attempt, 43rd in completion rate, 112th in yards per completion. This was a guy that many had as QB1 for the 2026 NFL draft. And, many pointed out that his dad is the Saints offensive coordinator. A lot of people thought the Saints might have the worst record. Right now they are 0-4. So that was there. But, Nussmeier definitely not playing like a top-ranked quarterback. I'm not going to mention Underwood. He's a true freshman, but off to a fairly decent start. But other guys, so 41st, Arch Manning, who was the Heisman favorite going into the season. This could, arguably even be too high for him. See 100th in interception rate, 96th in completion rate. A guy who didn't even complete half of his passes against UTEP, and of course really struggled in the season opener against Ohio State. Then we go all the way down to 54th, Cade Klubnik of Clemson. And I know The Athletic before the season had their quarterback tiers for every starting quarterback in the nation. Klubnik led the list, and you see here, Connelly puts him 54th out of 68 Power 4 quarterbacks. So we see 45.1 QBR, 93rd in yards per drop back, 102nd in success rate, 96th in interception rate, and as I mentioned, 1-3, absolute disaster. And the guy next to him, many people were surprised he didn't enter the NFL draft, but Penn State had a bunch of guys who wanted to run it back, try to get that national championship. Aller turned it on once they were down 14 against Oregon, too little, too late. Of course, through the untimely interception in double overtime that secured the win for Oregon. So Aller definitely not off to a good start. And this guy wasn't going to be eligible for the 2026 NFL draft. He won't be eligible till the following year. But 61st, DJ Lagway of Florida. Of course, Florida got off to ended last season playing very well. Helped Billy Napier keep his job. The expectation was that Lagway would continue looking like one of the better quarterbacks in the nation. But as you could see from this ranking, really struggling. You see just 8.3 yards per completion. 127th in his interception rate, 92nd in his sack rate, and yes, the Gators are 1-3, and Billy Napier's pretty much got the hottest of the hot seats. So yes, many quarterbacks who were considered to be top in the nation heading into the season have really struggled 1 month through the year, not even considered in the top half of Power 4 quarterbacks. Let me know in the comments, which of these guys do you expect to rebound? Arch has had a couple good games for sure, but just hasn't been consistent. As I mentioned, 2 really rough games. Nussmeier's had his moments as well, but Clay Klubnik really struggling. Drew Aller, Penn State really hasn't played any competition until they played Oregon, and wasn't completely dominating any of those games either. But yes, just a month in the season, a lot of time to change the narrative surrounding them this year, but not off to ideal starts. Anyhow, don't forget to subscribe. Tell a friend to subscribe. Like the video, share the video, hit the bell for notifications. I'm out.